Hi, my name is Robin, and if you stumbled across this page, you are probably looking to see how you can start creating social media branded content and creating a content marketing strategy, and you're not entirely sure where to start. So today I'm actually going to give you 4 easy steps to making that happen for you. Now this is a blanket one-size-fits-all blueprint, and if you are looking for something a bit more custom, if you are looking for some ideas or whatever, just reach out to me and we can chat. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So step number 1, what I like to start with are, what are the top questions that your company, your colleagues, your clients ask you all the time? Not really sure what I mean by that. Think product, process, service, company, team. So remember in English class with the 5 W's, who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how, each of those questions can be its own content piece. And each content piece should answer all of those questions. Once you have a big list of these questions, now it's time to decide which platforms are you going to actually be using. Hot tip, don't try to go for all of them. Pick a couple where your audience already is. There's an infinite amount of places that you can be putting your content. However, the big ones that are used the most often are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on Instagram you have Reels, there's Reddit, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, and some people like to include YouTube as a social media as well. Wherever your primary content is, your other social medias have to harmonize as well. It's also very, very important that you utilize each platform appropriately. Just blasting all of the same exact content on each platform is not going to be using each platform efficiently. So you have to pay attention to the trends and plug in your content to those trends. I know that this is very overwhelming, but just so you know, it's okay, and that there is room for mistakes. So step number 3, let's build your calendar. Ideally, every platform would get a post every day, but we're not machines. The best thing you could do is create a schedule that is attainable and you actually follow through. The biggest mistake that I see companies do is that they decide that they're going to do it and they go ham for 2 weeks. They create a post every day and they start getting their engagement up. And then just life happens and you kind of fall off the schedule and you stop altogether. So pick a reasonable and achievable schedule and stick to it. The best thing about a lot of these platforms is that they allow you to schedule your content ahead of time. So let's go back to your list. For each question in your list, brainstorm what type of content and which social media would be best to post that content. Then label each one with when, where, and how each one is going to be published. So for example, let's say you have a YouTube show and it comes out every Friday. Let's say you also use Instagram. You can take a piece of your YouTube show, that's like a little edited piece, and you can put it in your story. And on your story, you can actually put a link sticker that takes you right to that YouTube video. Now, the thing is with Instagram, they also would like to be a video app. So they're gonna push video that is actually native to the app. So depending on the content of your YouTube video, it may also be fruitful to post that exact same YouTube video on your Instagram as well. And it will show up in the feed. It's also very well organized on your Instagram page with a bunch of tabs, and somebody who's looking at your profile can actually look at all of your videos. Okay, so let's go back to your calendar. On each Friday, I assume you would probably know which episode of your YouTube show is going to come out. So on Friday, write down which episode is coming out that day, and then coordinate with your other social medias what kind of post you're going to splinter with that exact content. The great thing is because you know which episodes are coming up, you can actually create that content ahead of time and schedule it appropriately. Make sure you write them as detailed as possible, because if there's more than one person working on it, or even just for your own sanity, you will know exactly what you're supposed to do when it comes time to make that content. So another hot tip, don't try to create a week's worth of social content in one day. That is a really good way to get burnt out. If you are doing 3 social platforms and YouTube every week, and unless you have help, I would say don't aim to post more than 3 times a week. Step number 4, now it's actually time to create the content. Whether you have a team of people that's creating this, or if you're a one-person operation, it's incredibly important that not only do you have a posting schedule, you also have a creation schedule. So some companies have in-house or collaborators that help them shoot and create and design the content that goes on all of your social platforms. But some people are also one-man operations. But either way, you do need to have some sort of creation schedule. This schedule should be explaining when things should be shot by, when things should be edited by, and sent off for approval. This is all so that you will be able to meet your deadlines. If you're working for a team, it's imperative that each person on the team has a designated function and that you have a mastermind that's weaving all of it together and it looks beautiful across your platforms. Create the content that answers their questions and be as personable as possible. It's becoming more and more evident that people would rather follow a person than an actual company. The more personality you put in your content, the better. Okay, so now once you've built trust with your audience and you've converted them to your website, it's now your job to try to keep them there. This is where your learning center should be. This is also the primary way your audience should be able to get in touch with you and get to know you and your brand. So those were the 4 steps to creating a content marketing schedule. If this seems completely overwhelming to you, send me a quick message either here or on my website, and we can chat and we can talk about your company more personally. If you like this video, please give it a like and give it a share if you think it might help somebody else, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!